Hey everybody, Lord Magicus, and it is time for Merfolk in Modern. So, Lurrus is destroying every format right now, and I really don't feel like trying to build Lurrus on MTGO. It's going to be expensive. Mishra's Bauble is absolutely insane. So what does this mean for Merfolk? Does that mean you just can't play Merfolk if you're not playing Lurrus in your deck? I don't think so, actually. I have a different idea. And I think we can run our Simic Merfolk, except we're going to play with Yorion Sky Nomad. So, Yorion has the advantage of already being a blue card, so you can play this in the typical Merfolk shell without having to change the mana base at all. You still get your card advantage, from having your 8th card in the sideboard, and much like Lurrus does, Yorion, when you play it, it ends up generating extra card advantage just from its effects. So with Lurrus, usually you play it, and it's really like you started with 9 cards when you play something out of the graveyard right away. Well, with Yorion, when you play it, you end up blinking stuff like, we might blink Spreading Seas or Silvergill of Depth. We're going to get an extra card anyway, so this is also like we started with 9 cards. Sometimes maybe more. And because Yorion's restriction is that we have to start with an extra 20 cards in our deck, we're going to have to figure out how do we leverage the advantage of Yorion without sacrificing, our consistency. Well, remember, Merfolk, one of the advantages of it is that it's one of the most consistent decks. Like, we have a lot of cards that do the same thing. Like, we want to play Lords. Well, we were already playing lots of Lords in our deck, but you know what? As it turns out, we can continue to play lots of Lords in our deck and without losing that density. Like, we have a lot of cards that just do very much the same thing. So, for instance, like, this is what the old shell of the deck looked like. We see some, like, 3-ofs in here. We have some 1-drops, some Spreading Sea, like our Lords here. Well, come back here. This version, well, you know what, we still have all that stuff. Like, we have enough 1-drops to consistently do something in turn 1. We have we still have, like, the regular Lords here, but we also have the addition of Phantasmal Image, and Phantasmal Image can function as an extra Lord, and that has the other benefit of functioning as a card that Yorion Sky Nomad can blink and get extra value with. Yorion's ability does not target any permanent, so you can use it to blink Phantasmal Image at some point. So if early on we want to play Image and copy a Silvergill of Death, we can do that and then, blink it. But then later on, if we want to, we can, blink the Phantasmal Image and have it come into play as something else. We can even play Phantasmal Image and copy something like Lurrus and then start playing cards out of our graveyard. We have the ability to leverage that in our deck. So, I think Image is definitely a card that is going to help us here. I originally thought about playing Regery in this slot, and you know what? I think you very much could do that, but I think that Image gives us a better chance to properly leverage our Sky Nomad in the sideboard. But also, this keeps our this keeps our need to have Violin too a lot better. We don't have to take it up as much, so we can just set our Vial to 2, and then look, we have this all of these cards here that we can still Violin into, like 20 creatures that are all 2 mana. So the only things that we have that are greater than that are Brazen Borrower, which, let's be honest, we're almost never vialing that in, and then the other addition to the deck, Master Waves. And you know what? If we're not going to play Lurrus, we may as well take advantage of that fact. We get to play Brazen Borrower in our main deck, and we also get to play Master of Waves. And I think this is a very good time to play Master of Waves. Master of Waves is very good against the red deck, which is super all over the place because they're playing Lurrus in their deck. And even with stuff like Lurrus and Jund and Lurrus in Grixis Death Shadow, all of those decks that are playing Lurrus cannot play Plague Engineer in their deck because Plague Engineer is a 3-mana spell, or the 3-mana permanent. So that means Master Waves and even like Phantasmal Image, like copying Master Waves, it is much safer to do that now. Because we don't have that gigantic threat of just Engineer naming Merfolk, killing off Master, and all the other X1s that we might have. Or yeah, even just like even if we had lords in play, they could just name like the elementals and kill off all those tokens. Like, well, that's not going to happen now because they're trying to utilize the most like broken card in the format at the moment, and that means engineer is at an all-time low. So let's take advantage of it. This like really deals with a lot of important things right now with its protection from red, and it generates an advantage with Yorion too. So one of the things that we can do is we can play our Master Waves and attack with a bunch of the tokens, and then follow it up with Yorion. Then blink the Master Waves and get even more tokens, because when Master Waves comes back, it will generate however many tokens, but then at least an extra 2 just from the Yorion, and then maybe more if we have like Fish to Violin in the meantime. So it gets value out of this enter the battlefield trigger by letting us reset Master Waves. I played a few practice matches with this, and the synergy between Master Waves and Yorion is sometimes critical at stabilizing against the hyper aggro decks. Like, I played a very interesting match against the Bushwhacker Blitz deck, and yeah, like if you can just play Master Waves and you use all the elementals to like try to block as many of their things and start picking them off, well, guess what? You just play Yorion the turn afterwards, get all your elementals back. Now you have a board and they don't. So this gives us a way to stabilize the game, whereas like if we were just playing the original Simic deck, well, we don't have something like that to come back from those scenarios where we're down by like 4 creatures on the board. So I think Master Waves is very strong at the moment, and I think that we do want to play it. And I think if we're going to play Master, we may as well play Image. This is going to be much better than Regery, because it can either copy Lords and keep our density up, or it might just copy Master Waves and just win that way. So if we don't have to worry about Engineer, then I think that we want to see these 2 cards together. Now, the only downside is, like, Image is obviously kind of vulnerable, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of, like, Lightning Bolt and Fatal Pushes and stuff, but you know what? That's fine. Like, those cards are going to kill off most of our fishies anyway, but Image, especially against, like, if your opponent has, like, Grim Lavamancer out, if you can stick Master Waves and copy it, that's going to go a long way towards stabilizing the game. So, and then, our other usual suspects, we have, like, our Trickster in here. Force of Negation. We only had 3 Force of Negations in our list before, and when you're converting up to 80 cards, a 3 of should be a 4 of in an 80 card deck. So we're really not losing out on on consistency with Force of Negation. We have it literally at the exact same ratio in 80 cards as we did with 60 cards. And I mean, our mana base is kind of constructed the same way. We still have enough blue sources to consistently cast things like Deprive. We actually, I think, have slightly more green sources to cast our Kamena Speaker and our Mistbinder. And yeah. And this is something that I also am going to try out here. Well, what about Aether Vial? I've seen a lot of people complain, well, Aether Vial, is going to be less consistent in 80 cards. You know what? You're right. It is going to be less consistent. But there are 2 things I would mention about that. One, Aether Vial is not critical to the success of Merfolk. You can very easily win a game without ever seeing an Aether Vial. We are not reliant on that card. It certainly helps when we have it, but to think that Merfolk is not playable without Aether Vial is a mistake. So immediately you need to get away from this philosophy that Aether Vial is necessary and that we have to have it in order to win. No, we don't need to have it. If you just like play creatures every turn, just by tapping mana, you can still do just fine. Especially if you have stuff like Force of Negation to back it up, because then that's going to help you deploy things to the board and still be able to protect it and go for an aggro victory like that. But so yes, and now Aether Vial is going to be less consistent, but we also have this card in our toolbox, which is Gemstone Caverns, and it functions kind of like a ley line, where if you're on the draw and you have this in your opening hands, well, you can start with it in play. So we're on the draw, this is kind of like a 5th copy of Aether Vial, because we can start using that to leverage, or playing like our 2 drops like on turn 1, and we can start deploying our hand out even faster. And you know what? that's actually fine because because of Yorion, we're effectively starting out with 8 cards in our hand. So losing an extra card and being on the draw means we're obviously even up that extra card as well. So it's not that big a deal. And when especially on the draw, if you have multiple lands in your hand, you can start with Gemstone Caverns and play a land, and now all of a sudden you can just start jamming things like Silvergill Adept, or maybe like 2 Kamena Speakers, or like even a Lord, or Trickster or something in turn 1. Chalice of the Void in turn 1, you could do that in the draw. Sure, they might get to play one drop, but even there's a lot of decks where if you play Chalice on 1, and even if you're on the draw, like that's still going to be very good against them. So I think Gemstone Caverns is sort of a way to mitigate the inconsistency of Aether Vial only being a 4 of, and we don't have functional copies of Vial, but we do have Caverns, which can sort of fulfill that same role. So I'm including one of these in our deck this time. We have the room in our mana base to play it too, so may as well take advantage of it. And there's also the possibility that against certain decks, maybe we want to cut the Gemstone Cavern. We can sideboard it out if we want. We have slightly more lands in here. I think normally we were at 20 and now we're at 27, so the ratio is slightly in favor of like a little bit higher, which is also fine because Yorion Sky Nomad is a 5-drop. I think one other thing to mention, we may not cast this card every game. We don't really have any burning necessity to cast this. I think the way you should look at Yorion is it's a card that we're going to cast, if we start flooding out. Now, a lot of times, we can lose games to flood where we don't have anything to do with it. But the difference is with this deck, we actually have things like Master Waves and Yorion, where if we start, going into that 4 or 5 mana territory, well, that's not a problem because we have things that we can do with our lands, like Waterlogged Grove can draw a card, or Mutavault can attack. But we also have things that we can cast with it too. So drawing those extra lands is not that big a deal, especially if it means that we're just going to end up casting Yorion instead and just getting a bunch of value that way. So I think this isn't a crutch that we're going to rely on, but it's more something that's going to just sit in our sideboard until the moment in which we need it in a game in order to finish something out. We're not going to get ground out by a deck. Like if we go into a long game, Yorion is going to help us win for sure, because it's going to come down and it's going to help us stabilize that game, especially if we have, like I said, we have stuff like Seas and Silvergill and Master Waves. Then this card is going to be fantastic, and it's going to greatly swing it back in our favor. And the best part is it cannot be thought seized out of our hand. So if you go into a late game versus a deck like Jund, well, okay, so you can just stick something like Chalice in 1. Like half of their deck is going to be turned off by that. And if you ever get to 5 mana, like Yorion is then a card that just creates so much advantage. It's going to be difficult for them to deal with it at that point. So I think that it also has flying too. That's one other thing I should mention. Flying is not the same as Island Walk, but it's still pretty damn good. That's actually in a lot of ways better than that because there's not a whole lot of flying blockers for the most part. Island Walk sometimes can be dangerous. Like if you seize your opponent's land and you're just relying on one Lord to carry your team unblockably through combat, like it's vulnerable. If something happens to that Lord, you can get blown out. But we actually have a pretty solid plan B here if we have stuff like Yorion and Brazen Borrower, where we actually have flying damage, and we can even Phantasmal Image copy Brazen Borrower to get more flying in that way. So even if we don't have Island Walk, like we still have a pretty good amount of ways to push through damage that are not dependent upon our Lord surviving combat. So it's not as big a deal if our Island Walk isn't online at all points of the game. So that's also something I don't worry about that too much. I'd say the only other thing that I want to say is Chalice of the Void. I think that this card is the card we want to main deck right now, but you could certainly make an argument for either Dismember or Deprive being in the main. I'm going to go with Chalice just because I know there's a bunch of Lurrus out there, and this card is supposedly pretty good against them. I think that it's fine, but I mean, honestly, you could make this for Dismember, I think, and still have effectively the same game plan here. Because we have Chalice, we definitely need some number of Cavern of Souls to help protect us, because we do have like some 1-drops and 2, like a lot of 2-drops that we want to be able to play through it. So, if, this isn't gonna hurt us too bad if we put it on 1, and even if even if it's on 2, like we still have a pretty solid like a way to get through it. Either Aether Vial stuck on 2 or just Cavern of Souls, and that'll still let us play stuff through the Chalice, but. Chalice in 1 and Chalice in 2 against a lot of decks, if they're playing Lurrus, like that's going to just all but lock them out of the game. Or at the very least, it's going to turn off so many cards that it should be pretty easy to grind them out. So, but yeah, again, if you don't have Chalice, or I think that you could reasonably play something like Dismember as well. If they ever play the Lurrus, like sure, they might get like a Mishra's Bauble or something back. You can just Dismember the Lurrus like immediately, and then they can't have any more in their deck. So, unless they end up doing something like Polygon's Command to get it back, like you really only have to deal with Lurrus once, and then you're not worried about it. Chalice is a way to kind of proactively deal with it, and Dismember is sort of a way to reactively deal with it. So, depending upon what approach you want, like and there's a lot of other cards right now where Dismember's good, like that. Anything like in Jund, like this card is fantastic against Death Shadow. This is fantastic. It's not. I don't want this in the main. I think mostly because of burn. I don't really want to be paying 4 life against the burn deck, so I think this is fine. But I think there's also like Devoted Devastation. Like this card is also very good against them too. There's not a lack of targets for Dismember at the moment. So like I said, if you want to play Dismember in the main instead of Chalice, I think that's perfectly reasonable. But we're gonna try it like this first and see how it does. And the other thing, we have our other usual suspects here. Relic of Regenesis is another card that's really good against Lurrus. Like any of them that are going to try to abuse their graveyard. Well, they're also usually Thoughtseize decks too, right? So like any Death Shadow and Jund, if they're playing Lurrus, well, okay, that's fine. They're trying to grind you out, and then this is gonna really turn off their engine. Like it deals with Lurrus, and it's a recursion ability, but it also deals with stuff like Tarmogoyf, and just drawing a card off of it helps you keep up your threat density while they're just top decking duds in the late game. So I think, yeah, Relic is fine. I don't know if we need 4 or if maybe 3 would be okay, and then we play an extra copy of something else, but I'm willing to do it like this, to start off with. I think when you're testing something simple, you should don't try to keep it as simple in design as possible. Like it'll make it easier to identify, where certain cards are going to fail, and where you might want to look for replacements for certain matchups. So that's why we're looking at a lot of 3 and 4 ofs here. I think you don't really want to split it as a bunch of 1 or 2 ofs, especially in an 80 card deck. That's not really going to do you much good. If you to keep up the consistency, you really do want to keep them 3 or 4 if possible. So, and the only other card then that we haven't talked about is Damping Matrix, and Damping Matrix is actually a fantastic hate rock against a lot of different decks, especially Urza and the Devoted Devastation decks. The Devastation decks usually are playing, I think, Ghidra, right? The red-white one. Every creature in their deck has an activated ability. Damping Matrix effectively just says, no, your deck is just a bunch of vanilla, dummies. They're gray ogres, so this is great. It shuts them down. You only have to then worry about stuff like Night of Autumn dealing with this, but this is going to slow them down by a lot and hopefully give you enough time to erase them before they can assemble a combo through it, because this is a card they have to answer before they win. This card is also fine against Tron if you go up against it. Most of their stuff, Walking Ballista or the Expedition maps, if you can get Damping Matrix out, this, and you might stick Spreading Seas in turn 2 and turn off their Tron. So they'll be stuck at 2 Tron pieces in turn 3. Well, you just play Matrix, and now they're not going to be able to use an Expedition map to go find it, and they're not going to be able to cycle any of their artifacts, so Chromatic Star or anything to try to dig for it either. So actually, no, that's not true. They can use Chromatic Star because technically that is a mana ability, Okay, so this will turn off like maps. This will turn off Oblivion Stone. That's actually one that's relevant. So they can't use like Oblivion Stone to get rid of Seas, and yeah, like Walking Ballista is turned off. So I think this card is fine. You could reasonably bring it against them, but probably just Deprive is okay against Tron. Like, and I mean, Chalice of the Void's also pretty good against them too. If you stick this in one, sometimes that's fine. Like a quarter of their deck is just like one drop, do nothing stuff, like related to the maps and the stars. So it can slow them down a fair bit. Sometimes, like they might also be playing like relics, but I suspect they get sided out against us. So I'm not really worried about them. You know, if they cycle a relic, a big deal. But the other deck that this is actually extremely relevant against is Urza. And I've seen a couple, you know, Yorion Urza decks that are just playing like the full, let's play every creature that, you know, and every artifact that has like relevant abilities. So they might play stuff like, you know, Emery, then also Goblin Engineer, like the Thopter Foundry combo. There's a ton of stuff that, you know, Damping Matrix just shuts down their. They can make a bunch of mana. But with Damping Matrix in the field, they don't have any way to actually leverage that mana while this card sits there. So this can be highly effective at shutting down Urza. And I think that's another match that like they can leverage Yorion if they want. They have a ton of things like Arkham's Astrolabe and like even Urza itself that they want to be able to blink in order to get value. So I think, yeah, it's definitely, you know, worth having a hate card like this because it's going to address some of like the tougher cards for us to deal with. So this card's also extremely cheap right now, so if you don't own any Damping Matrix, you should buy them for your toolbox. This is something that, you know, it has a pretty unique effect to it, and I think that for like $1 or maybe even less than that, it's worth owning Damping Matrix. So definitely, like, like I said, if you don't have this, go get some before they like get expensive, because who knows if this card's going to get reprinted at any point in the near future. My guess is probably not. Like, this sort of card this effect doesn't get printed very often, so may as well own it. And if people do see, like, you know, it's fixing problems for them with decks like, say, Urza and the Devastation, well, you know, this is something that a lot of other decks could adopt if they want to. So I'm just saying, like, I don't know that it's going to blow up in price, but I think Nikachu had mentioned it before. This is an absolutely good card to just own. It's extremely cheap and has a very powerful effect. So I'm playing it in my sideboard, and in some of my test games with this list, Matrix was critical in order to beating Urza, so I highly recommend it. So, well, this was, yeah, yet another long discussion about this deck. I know that sometimes you run on, but this is one of the more unique versions of Merfolk that we've looked at playing, so I think it was worth talking about this. And, you know, we have 20 extra cards in our deck, so we may as well talk about it a little bit more, because there's just more cards to talk about. So, alright, we're going to go get into our league. So, hopefully, you know, Yorion will perform just as well for me in this league as it did when I was testing with it. And in tradition, of course, I always like to name these decks after Metalocalypse. So our magical companion serpent is going to be Better Metal Snake. There we go. Yes, let's do this. I know I've seen a lot of people interested in the idea of Yorion and Merfolk, so I'm hoping that, you know, we get some good data out of this. I have pretty high hopes for it. I think that we can leverage this card pretty well. Alright. Well, this is a good sign. We are on the play for this, so yeah, let's show them our Yorion. What are we up against? Jegantha, okay. So Jegantha means this is either a Niv Mizzet deck or this could be Bant Spirits. Those are the two most likely. This deck is only this hand is like sort of fine. We could just, like, play Lords. I mean, that might be okay. This actually could be Humans, too. You know what? If this is Humans, then this hand might be a little bit slow. Yeah, I think Humans plays this card as well. So, you know what? I'm gonna mulligan this. Well, that didn't work out for us very well. They kept 7. Well, we obviously can't keep that, so... Okay, well, this is just getting worse and worse, but I guess we're keeping this, and we're going to put Waterlogged Grove, and I really want to... I guess I'm going to put 2 Groves in the bottom. I think we might not do anything in turn 2, but... I mean, alternatively, I could keep these 2, but I don't want to be reliant on this if this is going to be like an aggro matchup. Guess, do I want... I guess I do want to get Breeding Pool, because if we don't draw more lands, we might end up drawing Commander Speaker once this Vial gets set to 2, and we won't have any way to play the Speaker, so... Is it Human, right? I'm sure that it is. Yes, alright, so we're right. See, the Companion already kind of told us what we were up against, and I have my doubts as to whether the first 7 was going to be good enough to beat this, so... Yes. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. Maybe Silvergill will help us get back in this game somehow. This Phantasmal Image could do something relevant. Okay, well, they're not going to get anything out of our hand, so... They're going to see everything, but... Now, they don't have anything in their hand that we're super concerned about. I guess we really just want to draw a land so we can play Silvergill Adept and then use the rest of these with Vial. They get in there 2 damage. Okay, that's actually kind of fine. Chalice doesn't actually do anything against this deck for the most part, because they do have like Cavern of Souls, so... They don't have it right now, but I mean, it's also, they have a pretty reasonable curve. Okay, so now they have, like, this is pretty much just dead at this point. They're only playing Jegantha here because it's just a free card for them. It doesn't actually, it's not actually because it's really relevant in any way, so... So we could actually just copy this Reflector Mage with Phantasmal Image and just bounce their Champion of the Parish back. I guess we're just playing this. Yeah. So we probably are gonna play Trickster. I mean, there's no point in really playing the Chalice right now. Yeah, attacking doesn't do anything. I mean, I could also bounce the Reflector Mage, but I really don't want to do that. Oh wait, how the hell did that work? I thought I just bounced this Reflector Mage. Or I'm sorry, I bounced the champion of the parish. Oh, because I did it. I did it. Okay, never mind. So yeah, that okay. I got it. I figured it out because I did it on their turn. So then when it was this is only until your next turn. I don't think attacking really does much for them here. So I guess I could play Trickster, but I don't think Trickster. I don't know if I really want to right now. It might be better off to play Silvergill Adept. We can decide on Trickster here. Brazen Borrower. Actually, that's not terrible. They have 4 cards in hand still. I could just cast Brazen Borrower. That's certainly fine. I mean, I could also bounce something with it too. There's also the possibility they might like Meddling Mage or something, so maybe bouncing this champion might be an okay idea. If I just cast Brazen Borrower, it's never going to be able to attack because it's freebooter. I'm trying to think, like, there might be lines where we want to copy Borrower or something. Have an extra blocker to throw away at this, and that probably isn't fine. I mean, I could just bounce this champion, because this thing is the thing that's most likely next turn. If they unload their entire hand, then this will be the thing that's hardest to block, so... Okay, that's pretty good. If we can, like, survive long enough for Master... like, to be able to play Master Waves, then we might get there. I don't really want to attack right now. I'm just kind of hoping that we don't face, like, removal for this Master. Like, Deputy of Detention would be terrible. Yep, that's sort of fine. But if we draw a land, we can potentially go Master plus Image. Yeah, that's not a card I really want to see. So I guess maybe the thing I want to do here is probably need to play Trickster. Alright, I guess that's gonna happen. Yeah, Thali's Lieutenant's gonna make things hard. Alright, let's see. When are they gonna... let them declare some attacks. Nothing, huh? So I could just cast the Brazen Borrower. We're kind of falling behind, though. We do have an island in play. That might be relevant at some point. Ugh, I don't know. Maybe I needed to tick this vial up, but... alright, well... I think we're probably leveraging both Image and Trickster this turn. I'm gonna play for blue. Maybe Phantasmal Image. could be Meddling Mage or another Reflector Mage. Oh no! That's bad. Just the freebooter, that's interesting. So I can Trickster this thing and then use the Reflector Mage and the Borrower to block it. No, I'm not really excited to do that, but I think I'm going to. I mean, this thing is very vulnerable anyway. Oh, you know what? It doesn't have flying anymore. Oof, that's... Okay, so... Damn it. Alright. You know what? I guess this represents one extra elemental token on the ground. I guess we're just hoping not to see Deputy of Detention. Alright, I can go to 10, I think. We have to draw a land next turn, pretty much. Alright, I'm not going to take this up because I really want to be able to play Master. Do I tick this up or not? Because can I survive one more turn if I don't? I don't actually know that I can. Alright, come on, land. Mutavault is fine. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can attack with the Brazen Borrower. I'm just trying to... yeah, I think it's safe to do that. We're just hoping they don't have another... If they have Reflector Mage, we actually can still beat that, I think. We need them not to have Deputy of Detention. Okay. Aether Vial's fine. I mean, I guess, yeah, that's fine. Yorion, huh? Okay. I guess that makes sense. Let's see, what attacks are they willing to make here? That seems pretty safe. They might just be dead, though. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. And right, yeah, I think that this might just be good enough here. So I could just play another Master Waves, and then I think, again, they have to not have Deputy of Detention. But that probably just ends the game, right? Like, okay, let's say Thalia is gonna block here. That actually takes off a significant amount of damage, I think, if we do that, so let's not send in that, because if they block that, then these are only worth, yeah, they're not worth enough. So we actually, like, fuck, that is a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Negative 53. Oh, God. Alright, it turns out Phantasmal Image and Master of Waves really, really good in that scenario. They didn't have the Deputy, and they could not do anything here. So, let's bring in Dismember. We want to bring out Chalice of the Void. And Force of Negation is really bad. It really is. The only thing that it really counters is Aether Vial. So I guess we want these out. I don't think they have any activated abilities that are really relevant in their crew. Yeah, like this isn't going to stop anything. I guess we just want Deprive is just better than Force of Negation. Is it though? Maybe we just keep Force just for Vial. Like, that could be okay. Like, they have Cavern of Souls and stuff, so maybe this Deprive is not going to be what we want either. I don't know. I guess if we force their turn 1 Vial, that could be fine. Chalice just doesn't really do it. Like, I don't know. We don't have enough stuff to side in, like, for all the bad stuff, but alright, I wasn't sure. Like, that was pretty shaky. We mulled to 5, and, you know, I don't think we had, like, the best draw against him, but fucking 3 Master of Waves, it just turns out it's really, really good. Alright, so we'll do it like, yeah, I guess we're going to keep Force. It's not really the card I want, but I think Chalice is more useless, so that's what's getting cut. Okay. Fuck. That was insane. This kind of sort of fine. Alright, well, I don't know. It is and it isn't. If they play turn 1 Aether Vial, we can force it, and we do have, like, these cards are okay, I guess. They already mulled to 6. I guess I'm going to keep it. Okay, sure. Human. Yeah. No. Because now they only have 4 cards in hand, and if they don't have more lands, they could be in a lot of trouble here. So I'm going to get a Breeding Pool. So I want this Commander Speaker to be a 2/2. And it also means that in the future we can throw away these groves if we want. If they don't play another land, then definitely Seize is an option, but what are they doing here? Collector. Oh, okay, sure. That's not doing anything. So here we'll just play Mistbinder and attack. Yeah, I think we're perfectly fine against that. Electro Oath definitely isn't the card that I would have wanted, yeah, well, if I were them. So I think here we can just image the Mistbinder and attack. They don't really seem to have very much going on. And we're not going to bother playing the Vial. It doesn't do anything with Oath on the table, and we don't have anything to play with it anyway, so there's no point. Okay. But very likely we're going to we'll seize the unclaimed territory. They can't play like Mantis Rider right now. They don't have both red and blue for it. And if we seize it, they still won't be able to. I guess maybe the only thing that we might enable if we seize the unclaimed territory is they could play Deputy of Detention. Oh. So I'm assuming they'll probably choose even for this. Yeah, okay. That's an interesting piece of tech. So, let's... So, yeah, because it has protection from even, it means... Well, actually, what? No, they're dead here, right? We just tap down the oath. They have to block the speaker and go to 1, so we're definitely doing that. Yeah. Okay, well, it looks like we're gonna... Yeah, we just beat humans. Like, that game 2 was no joke. Phantasmal Image, like, was surprisingly good in this match. You know, Image is not always going to be good. If they have stuff like Reflector Mage and Deputy of Detention, they can very easily deal with Image, but... the combination of just playing like a million Master Waves, you know, seemed to be good enough in Game 1, so... It was off to a good start, and I mean, our opening hand in Game 1 was not very strong against humans, for sure, so... Master Waves is back, baby! He's doing his job. Negative 53 is definitely... It might be the record for, like, the most damage we've done in, like, a single attack. I don't know. I don't think I've done more than that in this channel. It's close. Alright, we are on the draw. Let's see. Is our opponent going to reveal a companion? This hand is... Guess it's okay. It's not very good. What are they gonna if they're not gonna reveal anything? So they don't have a companion. So this is probably not Burn, not Death Shadow, probably not Jund. So like, what could it be? It might be like Tron. Yes, I mean this is really poor. Like, we only have like one actual creature. I think that I'm willing to mulligan. We don't need Chalice as much against this deck. This looks much better. Keep this, and we will put Mutavault on the bottom. This could also be like a combo deck. Ghost Quarter, okay. Oh, this is Amulet, okay. Well, I still think this is better against the Amulet deck. No, pass. So... Yeah, we don't really have a lot of good cards against Amulet. I guess we just start playing Lords. They didn't use it, right? Okay, playing Relic. I mean, I guess makes sense for them to main deck this card. I'm confused. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That definitely did not seem like that's where they wanted to be in life. Let's play Mistfinder. They might have had like a Zuza and they might have wanted to go off with it. They effectively missed a land drop because they didn't do anything correctly with it. We could have like... If they have Dryad, we can attack them with Island Walk. Mm-hmm. So they have 3 mana, so they can play Azusa and then... Yeah, alright. It's rough. Okay. And they can play this house. Okay, that's fine. But we're in trouble. Definitely next turn for sure. That is an island though, so we have island walk at least. Guess the problem is they already have way like enough mana, I think, to do what they want to do. Because they have Tribe Scout and the land drop, so they effectively have 4 mana off of that, and then that's 5, 6, 7. So like we're not stopping them from playing a Titan this turn. So I guess the only thing we can do is just start attacking. Aether Vial came way too late. We needed that in like turn 1. Yeah, they draw cards. I only have 3 cards in hand now, so we know what one of them is, so maybe it's possible they might not have anything, but... Okay, so that means they have 2 random cards we don't know about. They're gonna have like a bajillion mana. And it looks like they are gonna do something here, so this might be a Titan. There's no Dryad yet, so... Okay, Transmute... Okay, so they can get either Dryad or Titan, whichever one they're missing. Summoner's Pact. And I think this is where they're going to find out that we don't have it. Yeah, okay, F6. Because if I had Force of Negation, I would have cast it on this Summoner's Pact. So they have Titan now. So the question is, are they going to have Dryad? Once they play Titan and Dryad, there's no overcoming that. They do have 6 mana here, so 7. If they, I don't think they could, maybe they could do both if they had exactly Land, Titan, Dryad. Actually, no, they could still do both. If they have Dryad in hand, they could just play it this turn. But this is going to be tough. We need them. Oh no, they're definitely going to do it next turn because they can get Teleria West. Yeah, okay. So we are in some trouble. So I think we're going to have to Trickster down Titan next turn. But they are already at the point where if they get like... They need Valakut, right? So Trickster on Dryad is not going to do anything. The only thing that would help us is if we drew Brazen Borrower, I think. That could bounce the Dryad in response to Primeval Titan attacking. They could also play a second Titan here, though. That would be bad. Summoner's Pact. They're going to go double pack. That is ambitious. Okay. Okay, but they have Simic Growth Chamber, which means they should have enough mana, I think, to be able to pay 8. And that means, yeah, we can't Trickster down Titan. That's not going to work. I think that we are just dead. They need 8 mana. Yeah, they're going to have it. They just played Titan, so like surely they can if they need it. Our hand got, we got stuck on 2 mana. That's what kind of hurt us. We didn't really have a way to curve out, and they definitely had everything they needed, so. Oh, this is, yeah, okay. You know what? This is going to give us haste. I'm fine. Alright, you know what? I believe you that you can win with this. They're going to go that route, so that's fine. We are not coming back from that. So, yeah, we don't have a lot versus Titan, but I guess we just take what we have. Chalice doesn't do a whole lot against their deck. Like, it turns off Summoner's Pact, I guess. Master Waves is also kind of poor. I think Master comes out. We have to cut 3 more cards. The Deprive can counter their Titan. I don't necessarily need to keep in all the chalices. Cut 1 Benthic Biomancer, I guess. I'm trying to think. I guess Force of Negation can counter Summoner's Pact. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm trying to think. Spreading Seas is also not very good against them either, so maybe Seas actually should come out. Bring in Biomancer and... I mean... Do I want Master or do I want Chalice? Because Chalice on 0 is kind of fine. So yeah, what other 2 cards do I want? I could bring in some Master Weight. They might have Engineered Explosives. Yeah, this doesn't do much against Valakut. Alright. Alright. I guess bring in 2. Alright. Let's be on the play. This deck is this is always going to be a hard match, and we don't have like our sideboard dedicated to it now. 1 land is not going to be enough, so we have to mulligan that. I guess this is okay. Keep this. Guess we need to keep the Aether Vial, and I think we want to keep the Dismember. We'll put the Chalice in the bottom. So I think here I'm going to play Mutavault, so that we're probably going to attack with it. This is an okay hand. It's not like perfect by any means, but I think at least we have a chance with this. Breeding Pool is sort of nice. That means that, you know, there's the potential that Island Walk is a problem for them. So they're going to have to keep bouncing this Breeding Pool in order to be able to block if they want to. I guess we'll play the Island and then next turn the Cavern. I don't see any reason to play this right now. We can Violent Menace Speaker and then Lord of Atlantis next turn and then attack and still have Dismember up, so that's not bad. Alright, well that could be a problem. Things could go south very quickly with 2 amulets in play. That's sort of okay, but I think we need to just start attacking for... So let's see, if we attack for 4... Well, there's no guarantee that they're going to leave this in play. We definitely have to play this. So I guess the question is, do we Violin Lord or do we keep up Silvergill Adept? If we play Lord, we can attack for 6 and then puts them at 10. Means we still can't kill them unless we draw a Lord next turn. Let's see, if we attack for 4 and we Violin Silvergill, that means we're attacking for 9 next turn. What happens? Alright, so if we play the Lord this turn, attack for 6, they're at 10. If we draw another Lord next turn, I think that would be good enough. If we put the Silvergill Adept in play, they would be at 12. Okay, I think we have to put the Lord in play, because then if we draw another Lord next turn, we can win. If we put the Silvergill Adept out, then we're not going to win fast enough, I think. We need to get this extra damage in right now. And we will probably need to use this Dismember pretty aggressively this turn. We're attacking for 8, but that's not good enough just yet. So again, if we draw like land, then we can play Silvergill Adept off the Vial, and then try to get a Lord that way. If we draw a Lord, I think we just win. So otherwise, we probably need to hold this back. For Dryad if they play it. And we're just kind of hoping they don't have Veil of Summer. Let's see, right now, if they play that Bajuka Bog, huh? They have 3 cards in hand. So this is gonna be, you know, I guess if we dismember this now, they actually can't do anything else for the rest of this turn, so... Oh, that's rough. What happens if they do that? Then they're gonna have. Then they can surely play like Titan. I think we need to do this now. No Veil of Summers. Okay, so they already played a land for turn, so they can't play another land right now. Summoner's Pact. Okay, so I guess they can get like shit. Well, it still might not be over. Okay, so Dryad. So I guess if we still find a Lord, we win. We do have Island Walk, so we need another Island Walk Lord. If they have Titan, that's going to be really bad. Phantasmal Image, I think, would do it. That works. Alright, so we took our line where if we drew the Lord, we win, and now that's what's going to happen. Okay. That could have been really bad if they followed up with like Titan next turn, then we could have lost, but alright, well we got there in game 2, so that was rough, but fortunately we got there. Our hand wasn't super amazing to start with either, but you know, it was good enough, so take it. So do we want to make any changes? We're on the draw now, so I think Master Waves is probably even worse. I don't know, maybe we do want Chalice. They seem to pretty aggressively be going for those Summoners packs. And I think on the draw like this is just even worse, so I think I'd rather have Chalice and 0. The Teleria West line, like, this just turns it off, and I think that's one of the most important things for their deck, so I'm hoping that it's going to do something. We don't want to see multiple Chalices. That would be terrible. This hand's actually not bad. The only thing that kind of sucks here, though, is that if we play the Biomancer in turn 1, we can't play the Silvergill Adept, and like the Phantasmal Image is going to be kind of poor. We are on the draw though, and we have Deprive, which could make a difference here. We also have the option to just not play something on turn 1. Then turn 2 we could play Silvergill, and then turn 3 play Biomancer, hold up Deprive. Potentially. They're keeping 7 cards. It's sort of close. And I mean, I'm trying to think. Image is a really hard card to like evaluate in these hands. Like if we draw another Merfolk, this would be probably fine. What if we go to 6? Like we don't have a lot of lords, so there's not really much power. But I'm thinking that this Deprive is probably pretty important here. Alright, I'm gonna keep it. I think this is a huge risk, but I am gonna do this, so. This is not a very good matchup, and I think that you kind of have to accept some amount of risk in order to like win these. It doesn't look like he has Amulet to start off with, so. You're gonna play it post-combat? No, okay. So I guess we go Sanctum Pass. I really want to play this Silvergill Adept, and then Biomancer can be played in turn 3 and hold up Deprive, and then hopefully we can just, you know, get to 4 mana and then start playing things and then still keeping this up. Okay, so their hand's pretty slow right now. I guess I'm gonna play Silvergill Adept. There is certain hold on. There is definitely an argument that like if they're gonna play like Azusa next turn, then this might be poor, but okay, well that sort of helps a little bit. I think I'd rather try to counter the Titan than counter the Azusa, because we need to like put some pressure on them. I need something in play, because now we do have the 4 mana, so we can get to a point where we start copying Silvergills looking for lords. We can play Azusa, and I don't know, like, sure, you play that. What are you gonna do with these 2 lands here? I mean, I guess you could have Titan next turn, right? Yeah, I don't think they're gonna trade with the Silvergill, so. I guess, let's see. I don't feel like this is a block that they normally make, so. Yeah, alright. That was a little bit of a risk, but it's okay. Play Biomancer, and if they don't do anything, we can just adapt it. Sure, explore, go for it. I think I get rid of the breeding pool here. want to do? Probably play Phantasmal Image. Copy the Silvergill and then attack. I think we're just hoping to hit a Titan with this Deprive, but they might have Veil of Summer, and if they have Veil of Summer, that's terrible. Okay. So counter the Titan. Don't have any more lands in hand, so what? Their hand has to be gas. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's pretty good for us, actually. So I guess we attack first. Okay. And here I might just play Brazen Borrower. So either Deprive plus Dismember, or I could just play Brazen Borrower. I think that's... So I'll play the Sanctum here. I think if we counter one more Titan, like, we're in pretty good shape. I'm not super concerned about a Dryad right now. Fire Spout. Okay, so if they're playing that, it doesn't feel like they have another Titan, so maybe that's something I need to counter. Okay, sure. I have 3 cards left. I have tons of mana, so I could kill the Azusa. If I kill the Azusa and then draw a Lord, then I can Brazen Borrower, bounce the other thing, play the Lord, and I win. I feel like if they had a Dryad, they would have probably played it this turn too, so... Alright. Yes. Let's see. Let's play this on 0 first and see what happens. Okay. So here, I might want to play Image. Yeah, so I guess... Attack, they can trade with a Silvergill Adept. Alright. This looks pretty promising, though. As long as they don't attack us, like, we can potentially just bounce whatever they play with Borrower, and it's fine. So they can play Titan. They're not going to give it haste. So we can just Brazen Borrower, bounce it, and then that's going to be it. Yep. You have a Titan. Sure. What are you going to look for? Radiant Fountain seems like a good choice right now. Yes, I agree with that a lot, because now we actually have to find a lord to kill you. Six life? You giving it haste now? Alright. Six life isn't enough, so we're gonna bounce this, and I think they're gonna die. Okay, cool. We win. We beat Titan. So yeah, it looks like their hand in game 3 was kind of clunky. Like, this fire spout was unexpected, but fortunately Deprive actually looked pretty good here, so we're off to a pretty good start with this. We haven't even cast Yorion once, but it's so far, like, Image looked like it's doing something, you know, Master Waves is doing something. The Chalice could have done something there. It's, like, maybe. I guess it might have turned off lines for Titan. I don't know, but so far so good. I mean, that's a hard, like, both of those are hard matches, and we managed to come out, so that's good. Alright, we are on the draw against the mid-card promo, who ironically is, in fact, the mid-card promo on our... He is our mid-card. He's round 3 for us, so... This is kind of a weak opening hand. We don't really have a lot of pressure here. We're playing against a Yorion deck, so this means this is probably like a Bant control deck. I think we can do better than this. I think this is better. We'll keep this. Put Force of Negation on the bottom. Alright. Prismatic Vista. So yeah, this is probably some kind of Uro deck. Yep, Astrolabe, that makes sense. We might just slam Chalice on 1 next turn. I mean, it's hard for them to know what we're doing, because there's not a lot of decks that are playing Yorion and a bunch of nonsense like this, so... They might have a counterspell up here. So... This really looks to me like this could be Mana Leak. I mean, if they play Teferi, like, nothing that we do is going to really affect them that much. Guess I'm just going to jam Chalice and see what happens. I expect it to get countered. Oh, Ice Fang Koano. Okay, that's fine. I guess they're digging for Force of Negation, so... Okay, that's gotta be good for us, right? If Chalice resolved here. Unless they have Teferi, in which case they could just bounce it, so... It means they can't play more Astrolabes, that's good. Nothing, okay. They didn't make another land drop, that is fantastic. We play Cabinet of Souls on Merfolk. I guess we're just gonna pass. We'll wait for this Ice Fang to attack us again, and then we'll Trickster it down, file in a Lord, and we can double block it. Yeah, I don't think an attack makes sense yet either, so... Archmage's Charm. No thank you. I would like to put something in play first. I don't know why they continually use the the charm to steal the vial. Like, we already have Cavern of Souls out, so it's not like you're hurting us. I guess here we're gonna play Delta, and then next turn we can play Yorion with the Cavern of Souls. I don't think this deck plays a lot of sweepers in it, so this will be okay. We actually do have lethal in play right now. Path to Exile is offline for them. They could Violin Uro. That's possible. Surely they're going to up... Yeah, they'll take it up to 3 so they can Violin Uro, go to 11. The Fairy Time Raveler. Okay. What are you going to do with it, though? Like, there's not a whole lot that's really beneficial with it at the moment. Bounce a creature, I think, is your best bet. Yeah, okay. Sure. So, because I think the chance that they have an Uro to Violin is pretty high. Like, may as well attack. Like, I don't think it was smart for them not to attack there. Get a Breeding Pool and the play tap. Brazen Borrower is actually pretty good. I could bounce this Aether Vial back. And I can also kill this Teferi, which means... well, here's the thing. If I bounce the Vial and they don't have Uro, they just lose. Because then we play the Master and they're dead, so... So they have to, like, show us their hand now. Like, do you have it? Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I guess kill Teferi. I think this is fine. This puts them at 7, so even if they put Uro in play, they'd only go to 10, so as long as these still connect, like, that's fine. I don't know if we're going to have another opportunity to kill this, and if we draw, like, I really want to be able to flash this in at some point, too, so... I don't like Teferi. Putting them to 4 doesn't seem like it's going to do very much. And I'm not going to play Cavern of Souls because I really want to play... Like, I want to hold it back in case I want to cast this thing. They do have Field of Ruin up, so they could try to field our Cavern if we play it right now. We can't play the Vial anyway, so there's no point in, like, playing Cavern here. It's not helping us. We can go back up to 9. And actually, can they? They need blue, blue, green, green. They don't... Yeah, so I guess if they get a green source with this, they can play Uro next turn. Which, yeah, that is a Forest Island Mountain, so they can. But right now, it looks pretty grim for them. Like, this Chalice could just be hurting them quite a lot. And they didn't bounce it with Teferi when they had the chance, so, no. Playing Uro, I don't know if that's really going to do much. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Okay, that might help. guess if we draw another Lord, we still win anyway. Trading Seize, that's fine. Probably want to seize this Field of Ruin. Let's see. Guess I'm gonna use the Cavern of Souls. Okay, well, so do I think I probably like kill Teferi and then I can flash in Borrower. I don't want to shuffle away. I know the Lord is on top, so I really want. I think I'm go. This might be the turn. Like they don't have Field of Ruin active anymore, so this might be the turn where I want to play this. And I could either name Fairy or Rogue, or I could name like Bird Serpent. Oh, it's close. You know what? It might make more sense to name Brazen, or yeah, to play the Brazen Borrower uncounterably. There's no other fairies or rogues in our deck, so that's not going to be relevant. We don't have any. There's nothing where we really want to blink with Yorion yet either. I guess if they counter Brazen Borrower, that's still probably okay. What if they draw? If they draw Field of Ruin, we're gonna lose our thing anyway. So we might draw another one though. So that's close. I think I'm just gonna name. I think I name Merfolk. I don't know. It's actually surprisingly close here because I play Brazen Borrower. I can attack. They have to block the Borrower with the Coatl and go to 1, assuming they can deal with the other Lord somehow. They can play Uro again too, so yeah. Alright, I just named Merfolk. Right. Yeah, I think they have enough cards here. They can go to 9. We can only attack them for 7. Okay. So they're going to gain a bunch of life, so we can't kill them next turn, but we can still probably kill them the turn afterwards. We're at 12. We're still on a 2-turn clock, I think. The Coatl, like, reasonably cannot attack still, so I guess we just cast this. So, yeah, I guess if we attack them to 7, they go to 5, and they go to 8, and then they're still dead, so that's fine. I don't think playing Yorion is really necessary right now. They're trying. If they find like another Uro, then there's a chance. They can go up to 8 here. We can just take 6. It depends like what the rest of their hand looks like. If it's a bunch of 1-drops still, then we might still be in good shape. You definitely have to attack with Thorough, I think, because you have to draw something. Whereas I think if we draw like a Trickster, then that might be good enough. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. We can only take 2 more attack from this anyway, so I think we do fetch here. Get another breeding pool. Unless they don't have anything, in which case then we have lethal on board as of right now. Oh, so is this Verdict? I didn't know you had Verdict in your deck. I guess we're at the scenario where we really need this Yorion to do something. I guess we're gonna blink the Spreading Seas. And I'm not gonna put it on Field of Ruin, I'm gonna put it back on this Triome. So I guess they didn't use it, so actually maybe I can just attach it right now. Okay. So they didn't want to use the Field of Ruin when they had the opportunity, so that's okay. Well, that card is not helping our cause. They could have put the Field of Ruin in the graveyard for Uro, so... Damn it, I didn't know they had main deck Verdict. It sucks. No! Not Teferi. Because Teferi can now, like, bounce this Chalice and path this stupid Yorion. Oh, fuck. They have strung together a lot of stuff right now. You know, like, there's 3 Teferis, 2 Uros, and then a Supreme Verdict, so... We keep flooding out. We're just like, we even, you know, cast this, but this wasn't enough. Now they're just going to unload their handful of 1-drops. Like, I can't do anything about this anymore. Chalice really was hurting them, for sure, but the fact that we couldn't draw anything besides lands for, like, the whole time is definitely hurting our cause a lot, so, I don't know. It's unfortunate. Well, you know what? We can't win everything. They're definitely going to path this now. What do we got? Master Waves might... Oh, that doesn't really help. We could actually just fucking Chalice of the Void on 6 and it will counter this Uro. This will keep them from replaying Uro at least. Okay, Lightning Bolt me, sure. Alright. I guess we need to find a creature to kill Teferi before it bounces this Chalice. Oh, Wrenn and 6 as well. That's brutal. But yeah, they're going all in on this, so 4-color deck. This is a problem that we have in Legacy too with Arkham's Astrolabe. Like, the problem is because Astrolabe exists, like, there's no way to punish this mana base. They can still have any mana of any color that they want. I think Relic is going to be very good against this deck, though. They have both Uro and Wrenn and 6 taxing that. Oh no! All right, that's probably enough. All right. Okay, you know what? You got it. I can't beat that. We flooded out way too much, so I think if we drew like one less land and like one actual relevant card, we could have won that game. Alright, well, we definitely want Deprive. And I think we probably want some relics. Chalice seemed like it was fine. They do play a lot of that stuff. I think Spreading Seas is pretty bad, and they already have like lots of islands in their mana base. The rest of these cards are actually kind of fine. The question is, do I keep Chalice or not? Maybe not all of them. Like, this could also, like, a Phantasmal Image on Uro could actually be kind of fine too. They have Lightning Bolts, but they also have Path to Exile, so like Master Waves is sort of medium. We're gonna be on the play, so you know what? I'm gonna side out a Gemstone Caverns and side out one more card. I guess maybe one image. And keep some Chalices, because if we stick them on one, like they're pretty effective, I think. I would like to be on the play. They are going maximum stupid value with Yorion. This hand sucks. This is better, I guess. I guess we put Mutavault in the bottom. Actually, no, you know what? This might be a scenario where, like, maybe we consider putting Aether Vial in the bottom. The only reason that I would, I guess, because they have counter spells, we might want to keep this. We could actually put Waterlogged Grove on the bottom, because then in turn 2 we can play Silvergill and Kamena Speaker, and I think Mutavault actually has a lot of value in this match. We have the Vial to deal with this. I think I'm going to keep this. Guess I'm going to put Waterlogged Grove on the bottom. Like, there's basically no chance that I'm attacking with Mutavault, but maybe, I don't know, like, they're not going to Thought Seize me or anything, like, I'm surely going to play Silvergill. So. Guess I will show them Kamena Speaker. We're definitely going to put it in play anyway. Trickster's okay. It means if they ever go for like Koat or the Ice Fang, we can just use Trickster on it. Tavern's pretty good. Alright, so we can animate Mutavault, attack. We'll see what they do. Snapcaster made. So I think I'm gonna Trickster Snapcaster. Like we are attacking for a lot of damage next turn. Like there is not much they can do about it either. Sure. Okay. If we draw a land, we win, right? I guess I could attack for 10, they go to 1. And replay the vial. Let's see, if I play the Mistbinder, they still go to 1. I don't know if that really helps right now. Well, actually, if I play the Mistbinder and they block with Snapcaster, even if they were to Supreme Verdict next turn, then Mutavault still is going to kill them. They know our hand, it's perfect information, so Verdict isn't actually enough right now. And I don't think Uro is either. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, that was a very quick kill. So, in turn, yeah, the aggro plan was just super strong against them that game. So we're on the draw. Do we do anything different on the draw? I think maybe Gemstone Caverns on the draw might be a little bit better. Can take out... Well, I guess I can take out a basic island, right? This is still like drawing Aether Vial, I think. So. Okay, that was a turn 5 kill, but I mean, they were effectively dead in turn 4, because they had enough... And on turn 4, we left them with no winning plays. So I'm pretty pleased with this so far. Guess this hand is sort of okay. Not amazing. I guess I'm keeping this, but I'm not, like, amazingly thrilled with it. Okay, well, that probably helps a little bit. I think this Force of Negation is a little bit better with this Phantasmal Image now. Okay. I might be thinking about trying to flash in a blocker. Yes, we play Island Lord of Atlantis. that lets us attack past anything. If they path it, that's sort of fine too. Okay, sure. They had Bolt. Bolt's fine. If they play Teferi, I do have Force for it at least. No, they do not. Interesting. So, here's a good question. Do I attack right now? Yes, I don't really want to attack into, like, Snapcaster Mage. I don't have a good way of defeating Snapcaster right now. I could deprive. I don't really want to deprive, though. And I don't want to cast Phantasmal Image with just Lord on the board. I guess we'll play... We can play patiently. We'll play Kamena Speaker. You know what? So, I don't want to waste the deprive, though. No, but if they have Snapcaster, they're going to Snapcaster Bolt this thing anyway, so... I'm going to attack. Yeah. Okay, path. That's fine. Again, it just puts us closer towards being able to, we can play Kamena Speaker. So we can play Yorion if we want, so... I do have to prive up in case they play, like, Teferi or something stupid. Uro, yeah, that's okay. Get a breeding pool. Like, I want to keep lands in my or islands in my deck in case of like Path or Field of Ruin. That's fine. I guess here let's attack with Kamena Speaker. One line was definitely like activating Mutavault and turning it into a copy of Phantasmal Image. I'm not really in a rush to do that right now. They have 3 cards, that's okay. So I guess we're kind of in the same scenarios before. We might have Snapcaster. I guess I'm just going to attack with the Kamena Speaker. Or it could also be Ice Fang Coatl. I don't know if I want to attack into that, because actually, that's not something I really want to counter right now. Yeah. They can play Uro next turn if they want to. Right? Yeah. The only reason they wouldn't have fetched and like, I don't want to attack into Ice Fang. Wait a little bit. I don't think I'm in a rush to do this right now. Okay, they had Bolt, so that's fine. I'm gonna wait till they play Uro, and then I'm gonna deprive it, and then back it up with Force of Negation. Still not playing it, so... Are they going to go for it post-combat here? It looks like it might be Uro time. Alright, well, let's get our companion out here. Oops, Oh, fuck, they just had another path, so... Alright, well, we are flooding again. They have 2 cards left, so... Probably next turn we're going to play this Waterlogged Grove and crack it. And I might have to use this Phantasmal Image with this Force of Negation. Interesting. Alright, play Grove. Sacrifice it. Okay, that's kind of fine. So, I think I may need to wait a turn, though, because I don't want to... Again, I want to play, like, the Master and the Image, but I want to be able to hardcast Force of Negation on the same turn. They have 3 cards still, which I don't feel safe playing this Mutavault just yet. If I play the Master, I can't attack with the Mutavault and still hold up Force safely anyway, so I will wait at least one more turn. Ice Fang, okay, so they did have Ice Fang. This is gonna be a battle. We gotta play faster. We're at 5 minutes left here. Yeah, no, that's happening. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Merfolk. Even if they kill the Master, I could just copy Ice Fang Coatl. You know what? That might make sense. I'm gonna copy Ice. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I get to draw a card, right? Oh, that was pretty good, too. Alright. It only has Death Touch if that's okay, so... Archmage's Charm. I think I probably need to deprive that. We're winning. This is a war of attrition, and I really don't want them to be doing that at the moment. Because we have a pretty solid attacking force right now. I'm gonna put Bolt back on top. That's fine. Kill the Master, I think, right? Yeah. They only have 1 card left, so I guess they're gonna play Uro though. They have Uro this turn. I can't deal with it. I can at least Trickster it next turn. I want them to have to exile all those cards. I'm not going to block. This is one of those scenarios where we actually are punished for not playing Snow Islands because Snow Islands are fucking dumb. I mean, it would be free for us to play them, and then this thing would have Death Touch. Now they don't have anything in their graveyards, you know, to like snap back. But they do get to draw another card, which sucks. We're probably gonna have to Trickster down Uro. That sort of helps. They shock themselves, so what does that mean? We're at 3 minutes. We're running out of time here. That's sort of okay. We have to try to race this thing now. Cancel. So the Ice Fang can kill off like Mutavault, probably. What are they doing? They're gonna kill off the Trickster, that's interesting. Okay, so we are attacking them for 6 a turn, and they're gaining back 3 life. It's possible we can win here, but it's going to be hard. We get another Lord that could really help swing this race. They're drawing 2 cards a turn now. This is going to make it even harder. What are they going to, like, Jace the Mind Sculptor? Absolutely not. Did you pick up a counterspell? No. So I guess Lord would be good? Oh, Yorion, okay. So I guess you get to blank that and gain more life. Ugh. We're getting attacked for 10. Ah, well, I think we're gonna, you know, like, this is tough. We're getting ground out by their deck. We never saw, like, a single Relic. Like, that's unfortunate, too, because I think Relic would have helped slow this Uro down a lot, so. Why would you? Oh, no, I guess you can't do that, right? So we can't really attack here, because if we attack, like, that's not doing anything, so I guess we're just passing. We needed an Island Walk Lord that turn to really stay in this. I think we're going to have to probably throw Ice Fang Coatl in front of this Uro. Okay, I don't know if it actually matters now. So If I throw this in front of here, I can tank that for 2 turns. I don't think there's another route to victory, though. I think I need to keep some life. Yeah, I don't think I want you doing that. That's gonna, yeah, the ping is gonna, you know, increase their clock to 2 turns. We need something, like, we have to draw good this turn. That certainly helps a little bit. But they also have to have, like, literal nothing in their hand either. Alright, you know what? That's enough. We're going to lose to that. That's rough. We didn't find any graveyard hate the whole time, so... and I mean, we kind of had flooding issues with, like, 2 of those games at least, so... if we had, like, another aggro start, like, the second game, I think we could have easily got there, but... I don't know. It was close. That deck is tough. You need to have a good plan for that, because Uro is just like Oko. It's fucking ridiculously hard to race. So... that's fine. We'll go. So we're in round 4. We're gonna be on the play. Show off our Yorion. So what are you doing? Do you have a companion to show me? This league is gonna be a long one. So we're up against Lurrus. So we have Chalice, and so we can go turn 1 Speaker, turn 2 Chalice, and then hopefully we can find more land, but I think this is worth keeping because of that. Chalice on 1 might be what we go for here. Depends. I'll wait 1 turn to see what they're going to do. I don't want to just jam it on 0 until I have some idea of what they're playing. If they play Mishra's Bauble, I might jam it on 0. This hand has some risk to it. If we don't draw another blue source, then we're going to have some trouble. But Mutavault can at least attack, so on turn 3, if we don't find something, then maybe this just attacks, so... we'll see. It's risky for sure. Really want to draw an island or like a fetch land. Just pretty much any land would be okay, but preferably an island so this Kamena Speaker can start attacking early. Especially island would be important if they play Mishra's Bauble, because then we can go Chalice on 0 on turn 2 and play a Lord and then get in for 3 damage. So this might be, we might be up against Burn. Yeah, it looks like it. So then I think this Chalice on 1 is going to be good. Well, that sort of sucks. But I think we kind of have to still play Chalice on 1. Pass. No, we can't attack. But if this is Burn, or if this is like the Prowess deck, like, yeah, the Chalice on 1 will help a lot. Yeah, I can't. They might Helix us, so... Light up the stage? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. 1... 2 1-drops. Excellent. That means they're not casting either of these cards. Conceded from the game! Their hand had to be all 1s. Oh. You can't concede, opponent. Like, look at our hand. Like... we might not have... okay, so we could have, like, played a Lord, but, like, there was no guarantee that we were actually going to get there, so... okay, well, up against Burn, I guess... what did we not want against Burn? Benthic Biomancer is pretty poor against this deck, and I think pretty much it. Like, Relic. I don't want to bring in Relic against them. I think we probably just want Deprive. Take out Biomancer. Like, also, Phantasmal Images. Well, this is a very high variance card. Actually, we probably want to keep this because it either copies Lurrus or Master Waves, and I think if it does that, we probably win. Spreading Seas, I guess we want to keep them. We could cut Brazen Borrower. I don't know if we need that card. That's also close. Chalice we're definitely keeping, so Silvergill Adept is also possible, but I think Biomancer just does not do very much against their deck. I think I'm gonna cut that. Like, it's very weak, and we're never gonna have time to adapt it, so it's effectively just a 1/1, and I think we can. I think the rest of the cards are all slightly better than that. Excellent. So Chalice, they were very weak to Chalice in 1. So this tells me that maybe they're more of a Prowess build than the Burn build. So then they just had like a handful of 1-drops they weren't going to cast, so that's fortunate too, because we, like I said, our hand was really sketchy, but it worked out, so. Wow, this league is taking forever. We're already over 2 hours, and this is only match 4. This hand has Master of Waves in it. I think that we have to keep it. We're gonna play Vial and hopefully get to Master of Waves, so. And we might just use Brazen Borrower to bounce something. Not bad. That's something we can hold up next turn, but I really don't want to deprive anything except probably Lurrus. We have to live long enough for Master to save us. Well, that's a guy. Okay, well, they're not going to use that, so. Vault. Guess we still probably play Island Pass. I don't think they're going to play Lurrus this turn. Steel Fire. Yeah, that's dangerous. I might bounce this Abbot. They're not playing Lurrus this turn, so I guess this is a good turn to Petty Theft this thing. Save ourselves some life so we can try to get the Master. Spellbomb. Okay, so they definitely really want to loop stuff with this. It doesn't look like they have... I don't know, maybe they don't have another land. No turn 3 for them. Yeah, so they don't have another land yet. Okay, so... which means I probably need to keep Lurrus up right now. I think I'm going to play Mutavault. That, like, threatens to do things. But I am very unlikely to actually, like, use it. If I just put a Lord in play, they're just going to sacrifice, like, Seal of Fire, so... My hope is they don't play another land, because then... Oh, you know what? We do have to be concerned about this Pyrite Spellbomb, though. I can't play Master Ways while that's on the field. Yeah. Okay. Alright, Sunbaked Canyon. I guess I'm gonna take one. Because this thing can actually... Oh, fuck. Alright, so... that's gonna be a problem, because now Master Waves cannot survive both of these. And they do have Lurrus mana, so... I guess we're gonna have to let that resolve and just hope that we can get them to use their things. Alright. Yeah, my problem right now is if I just play a Lord, I don't have the mana up to deprive the Lurrus, and I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw out a Merfolk Mistbinder to try to encourage them to use the Spirate Spellbomb. Guess I'm just taking this. Lava Dart, yeah, that sucks. I almost kind of feel like I want Dismember in this matchup now, because I don't know if we can beat Lurrus without it. Yeah, I have to let that resolve. Wear and Tear? Oh, okay, well... Okay, maybe I can get the Seal of Fire off the board at least. Ooh, they let me untap with this. That's actually pretty good. Let's try to get a game going here. I think they're probably waiting to, like, pop these things until they get another land, though. Three cards in hand, so if I go to 7 and they have, like, 3 bolts, I'm dead. Actually, at 6 if I want to cast this Deprive, which means only 2 bolts would kill me. Alright. Let's see if they do anything here. So right now, fuck, this is getting worse. Because they have 6 damage sitting on board. These can just be aimed at my face. Alright. I have 2 more spells. Oh god. I'm trying to think if there's any way I can win this without countering the spell, and I don't think that there is. So I don't counter it, like, I'm dead to, like, 1 bolt. I guess I have to. Alright, F6. Jesus, they have like everything too. Like all of Chalice on one would just like destroy them if we had it. Okay, so they cracked that, but they still have the spell bombs. Yeah, I think we're dead. We're not coming back from it. Like we can't stabilize with Master because they can just kill it. It does not have protection from Pyrite Spellbomb, so they like had fucking entirely mono one drops that game. Damn, that was tough. So I guess Image might not be that good. Well, I don't know. It is and it isn't because the problem is they still have like. Maybe we do need to bring in relics because the lava darts are kind of a problem, but I don't know. Like I kind of want Dismember even though it's not really like a card that's great in this match. Sometimes you just need to like use a Dismember on their creature and hope that that's good enough to kill them. I guess I can take out Spreading Seas. Image is very weak though. It can basically only copy Master Waves. Alright, well, I guess we're kind of hoping that we're going to lean on Chalice, but that Pyrite Spellbomb is just brutal. Oh, I think I'm keeping pretty much any hand that has Chalice. This is probably not very good. I think we have to do better than this. This is, I think, much better. We'll put Waterlog Grove on the bottom. And we're going to slam that Chalice in one and hope that they don't find Wear and Tear. The Image is really weak behind this thing, for sure, so I think actually maybe we need to keep Grove because we might need it for a card. So probably Island in the bottom makes sense. If we can hit Chalice and they don't like blow it up, then that can slow them down long enough until we can find some cards to deal with their deck. But I think that's where we're at because you know this deck is insanely brutal. There's a reason that this is like, and you know, almost every single deck is playing something like 75% of all the decks in like basically every format. Maybe not standard, but I know like definitely in Modern and Legacy and like Vintage, this is just ridiculous. I like the Spellbomb tech though. I actually was thinking about like if you're gonna play Lurrus and Merfolk, definitely consider Aether Spellbomb because it's an unsummon on a stick. Alright. They're going to keep 7, we're going to keep these. We'll put an island on the bottom. We'll go turn 1 island, turn 2 Cavern of Souls, Chalice. Yep, Swift Spear is pretty good. Not land. God, no, that's like the worst one to draw too, because it hurts us every time we use it. Okay, let's hope that's good enough. It seems like they were debating on whether they wanted to keep their hand, and I'm hoping that it's because it was just like mono 1-drops and they don't have a way to get rid of this. So they might have been like thinking about if their risky hand could like beat a Chalice. So it's possible. Light up the stage, Sunbaked Canyon. All right. Well, I mean, they may as well do it. Swiftspear, like, it's not great. I think I might just bounce their Swiftspear with Borrower. Interesting. They could have gone for Lurrus this turn, and they chose not to. I'm not gonna let them like get another light up the stage out if they have one. So discard. Okay, so what are you discarding? Mountain. That's another terrible draw for us. I guess we're just playing Master the Pearl Trident and passing. I'm probably going to crack this Grove in their turn. And draw a card. This might be a turn where they cast Lurrus. Okay. I might just attack. I actually may want to keep this image, so well, I'm not going to really be able to cast anything with it though. Cycle Waterlog Grove, that doesn't really help me. Yeah, but it actually kind of does though. I don't think the image right now is good enough on its own. They have to discard something. Force of Negation is pretty good here. So let's see. If I play Commander Speaker, I mean, I can attack this. Well, I guess what? If I want to image this thing, I can force them to have to kill it. They can use any 1-drop spell to kill this, though. That's the only issue. And then I don't have Force of Negation up to protect the Chalice. But they also don't have anything they can cast from their graveyard either, so... I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Commander Speaker. I'm going to keep the image in my hand for the time being. I might use it with Force. I guess I could attack with the Master, right? If they want to trade, that's actually kind of fine. I don't think they're going to block it. And I think right now their entire hand is locked off by this Chalice, so I need to be able to counter Wear and Tear. Yeah, that's okay. I just don't think they're going to attack Lurrus into this thing. Makes sense. Put Seal somewhere where they can actually use it. I don't have force up now at all, so that was not good. Maybe I should have kept the Grove now. I guess I can attack with Kamena Speaker pretty freely. They seem to have been discarding a lot of lands, so I'm assuming they don't really... They have just a bunch of 1-drops and lands. So I can't play the image again because I have to hold it up for force. You could attack with Abbott, I think. That sort of helps. It doesn't help a lot, though. I could copy Abbott to draw a card. I guess we're just still on this plan. They have wear and tear, they can do it on my turn, and I can't stop it right now. They could just like trade like like a path or something. Yeah, that's fine. That trades with the speaker now. Yeah, unfortunately that means they can like recast this from the graveyard too. I could now copy their Lurrus and get my Kamena Speaker back. Which that might make sense. They can kill off mine with like any spell that they want to throw into Chalice. But at least I get my speaker back. Oh, no, what am I doing? I didn't force that. Oh, fuck me. No. I just like pissed away the whole game because I just like accidentally clicked like F6 instead of... Why? I fought so hard for this. It's not fair. I don't even have a land to like recast this from my graveyard now. Oh, fuck. This is unacceptable. So they have this Seal of Fire nonsense. They're gonna, like, I just gave up my Lord for free. Because now, I at least could have forced that, but... This is so dumb. I just pissed this away. Like, now what I have to do is copy this and then get this back on 1. But I didn't draw a land to do that, so... What a fucking mistake. Attacking doesn't really do anything right now. Right, they're gonna kill this anyway. I may as well attack with it. Like, it's gonna die, so they're gonna 100% Seal of Fire on it, so... Just, what a fucking mistake. We haven't lost yet, but it's getting very... Like, that's gonna, like, ruin us, too. Look, now they're gonna play every 1-drop they've been holding on in their hand because, like... yeah, we're gonna get run over by this. Yeah, we're fucked. Nope, we lose. Like, that's it. We're at 5. Like, this is too late. It doesn't matter. Yeah, we're dead. That sucks. That, like, I think if we just forced that thing, we had a very good chance to continue this game, but fuck me. Like, that was dumb. So fucking stupid. That's gonna haunt me forever now. I did not intend to click that button. They also should not have done it on their turn, so... Alright, well, we are on the draw. Let's try to at least, like, come out ahead in this. What are we up against this time? Lurrus again. When we have Chalice in our hand, I think we're keeping this. We're gonna go Vial into Chalice and hope that that kills them. Blackleaf Cliffs. So no Thoughtseize, huh? So, what do we do here? I guess basic island. We could play Mutavault. That doesn't really tell them anything. No, I think we want basic island just in case, you know, we need to play Trickster for some reason. So really, we just want to get this Chalice on 1, I think. And that should be fine. This looks like Jund. We're going to see Tarmogoyf. Yeah, that's fine. Trickster's going to wreck that thing. No discard spell on turn 1 was pretty good, though. That's not bad. So I guess I could shock myself. I think this might be a good turn to play Breeding Pool. I'm trying to think because yeah, I'm gonna play the Breeding Pool. So we have Benthic Biomancer. Actually, I don't want to do that. I want to be able to use this Vial at end of turn. So we don't have to worry about Liliana at least. We can take 1 from this. It's fine. And next turn we have Force of Negation up, so... Okay, you're gonna play Lurrus this turn. Yeah, it's okay. I don't have anything to use with it at the moment, so... And their attacks are pretty sketchy. That's pretty good. I think I just pass here. I don't think Lurrus is going to be attacking me. Yeah, they're just dumping that to get Tarmogoyf bigger. Oh, that's surprising. so I think the appropriate blocks is Benthic Biomancer blocks Tarmogoyf, and both of the other ones block Lurrus. Sure. Definitely discarding Commander Speaker. That doesn't do anything. Leave this on 2. I guess we'll play Grove. Attack for 4. We could have Kroxa. That's possible. If they don't, then maybe end of turn I'll crack Waterlog Grove. Land, okay. Maybe they might be stuck with like Bolt or Fatal Push in hand. That would kind of be ideal. That's good. That means we can crack the Grove here. They could have Trophy, and if they might want to try to Trophy Chalice of the Void. But Chalice has kind of done its job, like... I know they never got, like, value off of Lurrus, so... Oh, fuck me. I actually don't have Force Up for this now. So, yeah, I'm gonna get got by this. Damn it! That's brutal, because now Lurrus is actually a problem. They didn't even kill Chalice either, so... And what did we do this for? Waterlog Grove? I didn't think about Kolaghan's Command. That was insanely greedy. I guess, what do I do here? I guess I can just play Yorion, but I can't protect it. Like, if they have Trophy again, that's bad. Where's my companion? Did I not click my companion at the beginning of this game? Oh my god. Oh, what is happening to my life? Now I don't even have that. What's the point of playing 80 cards if we're not going to do that? Alright, well... I guess we're just all in on aggro. Okay, and draw a card, that's not bad. I can't believe it, like... This is all falling apart! This is terrible! It's not going to reflect well on me at all. Like, I just punted, like, last match, and now this match I'm also trying my best to lose because I don't have my companion when I need it. I never clicked it to reveal it. This is going so south. They're gonna get Goyf and, you know, Lurrus back now. I think Tarmogoyf is the only thing they can cast from their graveyard at the moment. And I mean, this would be a scenario where Yorion would be great because it actually goes over everything that they're doing. I can't play that. No, I can't attack. Oh, fuck, I'm just losing. This league is a disaster. It started off very good, and then it just ended up as a fucking shit show. Yeah, this is again just to make Tarmogoyf bigger. guess that lets us play the Kamena Speaker at least, but that's still probably too late. Alright. So if they keep drawing 1-drops with this thing, that's fine. He's really playing around like Merfolk Trickster, though. That's not terrible. Could have played Scalding Tarn there, I guess. Seal of Fire, that's another thing that's not going to hurt me. Oh, oops. Yeah, I have to actually tap a blue mana for that. Okay, that's sort of okay. So let's see, if I attack with everything, they can block here. Yeah, they'll gain 3 life, they'll block here, like, and then they'll take 4, so they're only going to take an extra 1 by attacking with everything. Then these things would both be dead. Whereas I think I can just attack with Brazen Borrower. I think that's the best route to victory right now. Come on, Bob, help us out. Blood Crypt. Okay, well, they've taken like 2 or 3 damage off of it so far. Cycling Unearth. Okay, you may as well, because you're not going to be like casting it. I mean, if we can protect Brazen Borrower, that might be enough to win this game. I mean, it's not over yet. We can beat like 1 removal spell right now. Sure, you have a Tarmogoyf. I think that's a little bit too late. Maybe not. Okay, so I definitely need to play this Mistbinder now. They're not going to die off of Bob's trigger, but I think as long as we can weather this turn, we probably win. They drew Fatal Push, so yeah, they're drawing all these 1-drops in the face of Chalice. We can take a pretty big hit, too. I think we have to at least block a Tarmogoyf, but as long as we block like 1 Goyf, I think we're fine. Okay. So, despite my best effort to throw away this game, we did manage to win. Fuck. If we had Yorion, that would have been, like, so ridiculously easy. Like, you have no idea. Okay, so... Force of Negation might not be that relevant. Dismember definitely is, though. I think we're going to take out Force. Master of Waves is probably fine. Burning Sea is good. Chalice actually... It did a lot of work, but they do have answers to it. Still, like, I don't know, I guess maybe Benthic Biomancer we could take out. Actually, this might be a match where Aether Vial should come out. Like, that's usually what we do with this. And maybe we could keep in a few Deprives. What do we take out for that? Maybe, like, Phantasmal Image. Image is not going to be quite as good if we don't have Aether Vial for it. I guess we can do it like this. Alright, let's see. Can we at least, like, you know, not miss or forget clicking on it this time? Okay, it is definitely green. Okay, this hand looks fine. I guess I'm gonna keep this. Yeah, Thought sees me. Engineered Explosives X equals 1. That's interesting. I could play this Relic. I don't know if I want to do that just yet, though. Like, part of the problem, like, if I play Relic like this, I need to wait until they actually blow this thing up. Okay, so here's the deal, though. If they sacrifice this, like, I can actually use Relic to exile it. Alright, I guess I'm going to play it. But I'm going to have to be very careful about this because, yeah. They could use it, but if I trade this Relic for this Engineered Explosives, I think I'm happy with that. Because I don't want them looping that with Lurrus. Playing it on 1 was, like, surprisingly correct here, I think. We're definitely dismembering that thing, too. Now if they ever crack EE, we can just crack the Relic. We really want more land so that we can hold up the Relic as well. And if he just plays Lurrus, I do still have a Dismember saved for it. Interesting. That's fine. Okay, I think that's going to help, because then we can continue to play spells and not lose the Relic. If he does play Lurrus, then I will just dismember it. Renin 6 is a problem. He just kills off Silvergill. I can just use Mutavault to kill it, though. Probably have, like, Fatal Push. Can't play around everything. There's 2 cards left, so I need to do something. Yes, if he plays Lurrus, that's kind of okay. I can just kill it, but no, he's... Alright, so he's gonna do that. Get it back with Ren and 6. Yep. Oh no, that's not good. Now I can take my Dismember. He took the Master, that's interesting. I don't know if that's what I would have taken. That's also interesting. Do I play the Cavern or do I play the Grove? I think I'm going to play Grove here. So on his end step, I can flash in Brazen Borrower. I could also Petty Theft this back to his hand, and if he tries to replay it, I'll just counter it. Now he doesn't have access to double black. Yeah, this is gonna hurt. Maybe I should have played the Cavern. I need him to stop drawing 2 cards a turn. That's the kind of important thing right now. I guess if I was going to do that, I probably also could have attacked him instead of the Ren and 6. Alright, Raging Ravine could be an issue. We're really overtaxing this Dismember. We also are now faced with the possibility of Lurrus plus Ren and 6 next turn. We can find another black mana. It doesn't look like there's a fatal push at the moment, so... If he does nothing, I can just flash in Borrower at the end step. Yeah, this looks like what's gonna... Scavenging. I guess it's happening. I'd go to 5 if I dismember this thing, and I don't know if I'm going to win from that point. I guess I could have cast Yorion. Might be okay. Well, I definitely can't use that. I can gain 2 life here with Ooze. I might be priced into dismembering this Ooze. is this gonna go here? Attack with both of these, dismember this thing. I guess that's my best plan. I don't like it, but I don't have a better choice. Yeah, you can eat the 2 creatures out of my graveyard. Then Lurrus plus Wrenn and 6, ping off the Brazen Borrower as an option. Yep. So I guess this is an opportunity I can try to find, I don't know, something. That's probably too late. So let's see here. Play Relic, crack it. Oh, this is all bad. What happens if I play Yorion? I definitely have to play this. He has 2 cards left. Probably Scavenging Ooze is coming back next turn because of this thing. If I play these 2, it's not really helping me much. I can play these 2 and crack Relic. I think I need to. Okay, that actually could do something. So if I play Benthic Biomancer, he's just gonna ping it. That means it's gonna tick down. He also has this Raging Ravine that's kind of a problem, though. No, I don't know if I have... All options seem like they're pretty bad right now, so I guess I'm just not gonna hurt myself. I'm gonna keep Ben in my hand. I don't know if there's not much point in playing it. Feels like this Ravine is about to attack, though. I guess I could try to tap it down. Yeah, I can't afford to, like, take that thing to the face. It's not gonna attack, so... Okay, that thing ticks up at least. Ooh, can't be good. Tarmogoyf. Okay, 0-1 Tarmogoyf. Okay. So, I guess I can just attack him, right? I'm definitely gonna just play Yorion this turn. At least if the ravine attacks, I can... Oh, that is bad. That is really bad. So I guess we're discarding Benthic Biomancer. You can just cast it. Yeah. Discarding Silvergill Adept this time. Is there a possibility we can kill them, though? We're getting close to that point. Definitely not with that on the field. Alright, how do I win this game? I can put him to 6, but I don't think that does anything. If I crack Waterlogged Grove, could I find Deprived? Does that do anything? I think that's our only option. Yeah, that's terrible. That's not going to do anything. I can definitely just sack this Engineered Explosives. Let's see, how much black mana do they have? Maybe, so they have to use at least 2 for this, so they can use these 2, and then they can cast it 1 time. So the correct answer here might be to bounce Brazen, or bounce the Lurrus. Because then that's going to take them at least 3 mana here to cast, which means you can only cast Kroxa 1 time. That puts them to 6. Or no, I deal 6. That puts them to 4, so maybe then Yorion could get there. Alright, I think that's the play. I guess I could have played Lord, but I don't know if that matters. You know what? I don't really need to play this. I need to keep that in case they find a black mana, so I have 2 cards to discard. Now Yorion is going to kill them if they don't have an answer to it. No, never mind. This isn't going to work because I've totally forgot about this line. Because that's going to get that's a 4/4 and then it can ping me for 1. Damn it! Alright, well, so I guess I did need... No, even if I played it, they could still crack the Engineered Explosive, so it wouldn't have done anything, so... Alright, well, we tried. Alright, well, we don't have a lot of time for the last game, so I guess we just have to, you know, play quickly and hope that we're going to do something. That turn 1 Engineered Explosives on 1 was a bitch. I think, what, if we had Trickster, then does that... Yeah, Trickster could have done it, but Lord and Silvergill in hand definitely didn't. I had to attack with a Trickster, because otherwise, like, it wasn't going to do anything. Alright, so we only have 6 minutes, 30 seconds left, so we have to be quick about this. I guess we're keeping this. It's not amazing, but whatever. Pass. Seal of Fire is good. I don't want them taking this thing. think the Brazen Borrower is worth a little bit more to us than the Trickster. We put a card in a place where they can't interact with it. I don't know, maybe we needed to mull a little bit more aggressively though, because we really kind of need like either Relic or Chalice to like stop this nonsense. I don't think that's gonna do it. I guess we're just playing probably Trickster. Maybe Brazen Borrower, I don't know. I don't know if like this is gonna do much. What if they take I guess we're just letting them thought seize us. Casting anything is not really helping us right now. I mean, if Master Waves is a problem, they just thought seize it away here, and if they don't take it, then that means clearly they have some plan for it. So they don't have much to deal with it. I guess we're just gonna cast Brazen Borrower and let them seal fire this thing. Maybe we'll get lucky and draw Relic of Progenitus. Yeah, okay. Yes, I need to take them off of black mana. That's not super helpful. Alright, well, never did they not have it, so they can just play Lurrus and Seal of Fire now. I think, yeah, we're losing to this. I don't know, maybe I should have mulliganed, but we didn't have a lot of time, and I really didn't want to have to deal with this. Okay, so I can't, like, do anything about this right now. Like, playing a creature is just suiciding it for no reason. I guess pass. Yeah, fuck. Alright, well, I don't have a plan. Damn it. I definitely, like, I need cards, like, sideboard cards for this. I'm not beating this plan without them, so. That is a huge pain in the ass as well. Alright. Why did I just pass through that? I could have just stopped them from casting it this turn. I should not have F6 through it. Once they activated it, ah, fucking god damn it. Alright. Okay, well. We're gonna have to let them hit us again and then try to do, like, the Croxa is a huge problem there. They can just, like, do that too. Alright. This is, we are, like, definitely in trouble here. I want to try to, like, deal with this Lurrus right now before they take it away with Inquisition. Okay, so sure, you can take my Deprive. This is we're screwed. We're like absolutely screwed here. And taking the Mistbinder is why? I didn't no. I should have countered that too. I guess that one doesn't matter that much. Like, okay, well, Maybe this sort of helps. At least stops the Seal of Fire bullshit. No, they're gonna Seal of Fire this, but like now they have stuff on the board, so like it's already really hard to do anything about it. It didn't even like use the Scavenging Ooze, so okay, sure. This is way too late. Like, this card is stupid. Like, I have no choice but to counter this. I have to discard a card anyway, so I may as well at least keep my Chalice. But now Kroxa just comes out and like we're fucked. Like we're at like right click concede point. Maybe the Dismember needs to be in the main deck. That's possible. I don't know. I guess the Benthic Biomancer, because maybe we can get Master Waves and that does something. We can. I think we can survive one more turn. So we play Chalice in 2, and then they can't play Kroxa again. Surprised they didn't play it for the escape cost. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8. I think Master Waves is the only way that we can come back. Yeah, we're fucked. Alright, so we lose. Yeah, there's no way to come back from this now, so. Alright, well, let's see what we were gonna draw. We go to 1. Alright, let's find out. What was our card that we were gonna get? Yeah, he just like ripped Culligan's command off the top, and if he didn't draw that, then this actually stabilizes everything. So, all right. Well, I think that we can make some adjustments to try to fix this a little bit. I think the biggest thing is like I really kind of want Dismember back in this main deck. I honestly like looking at Spreading Seas. I think that maybe Dismember is going to do more for us here. Because I think the decks that have Lurrus are just going to play it, and we have to like deal with it right away, and that's a problem. Like, Chalice of the Void is obviously not enough to deal with that card, so we need something else. Maybe even like Brazen Borrower can move to the sideboard. Like, I don't know. We don't need like all of these here. They're good against Ensnaring Bridge, but they're not like super necessary against like the decks that we were just playing. So I think that there's some promise in this shell. Master Waves obviously was like very good when we got it, but we didn't have all the cards that we needed all the time, and I don't think it's necessarily because we had 80 cards. I think the ratio of like the card draw, like we had the same % chance to draw the cards as we would have in like our normal deck. We just didn't find them when we needed them. So like I think if we had like Relic in the last game, like that definitely could have helped a lot. But yeah, that keep was probably a little bit weak. I could have mulliganed, but I really don't like mulliganing against Jund, like, when you have a somewhat playable hand. Like, I don't know, maybe because we live in the Lurrus world, we have to mulligan to something that deals with it. But they also have, like, you know, like Maelstrom Pulse and Assassin's Trophy and Culligan's Command to, like, deal with stuff like Chalice and Relic. So yeah, it's hard. I think that there's promise to this deck, though. I'm interested in playing with this a little. I would play with this more. I think that you can make this work. I'm just thinking, like, this seems to be a more relevant card because, like, you have to be able to deal with, like, the companions. Like, those obviously were a problem. So I don't know. Otherwise, like, I think the control deck. Like, I think we had, like, a reasonable chance against it, and I definitely blundered against Prowess, like, so hard. That was a match, like, we could have won. Definitely could have, but I'm incompetent, it seems. So you know what? It is what it is. So all right. Well, this was another, like, 3-hour, almost 3.5-hour league. Oh my god! Like, it. Maybe I need to, like, not play all 5 matches right in a row, because that definitely, like, one thing we should learn from this. After playing that 4th match, I didn't click Yorion to start the 5th match, and I think that has a lot to do with not taking a break between the 4th and the 5th match. So I think, you know, there's a very good reason to say, like, maybe I should just, you know, be cutting these up and not doing these all right in a row. Playing for, like, over 3 hours, like, is taxing as hell. Like, that it is a huge pain. It wears on you, and you end up making more mistakes because of it. So I don't know. I think that's part of the issue. But well, I think we'll see more of this, but the question is, were we going to see more of this before Lurrus gets banned or not? That I don't have an answer to yet, so I guess I will see you guys again next time. Take it easy, and yeah, let's pray that, like, Wizards acts sooner rather than later, because like, whatever your feelings about Companion are, I think everybody agrees that, like, that one in particular is, like, a problem card that should never have been printed. Maybe the rest of them are fine, but not that one for sure. So we'll wait and see. Until next time, I'm out.